smart person just spilled coffee all over themselves. And your brain does something weird, you like them more. That tiny embarrassing mistake has a name. Psychologists call it the Pratfall Effect. And once you see it, you start noticing it everywhere. Job interviews, first dates, meetings, even online. The classic study started in 1966. Social psychologist Elliot Aronson wanted to test a very simple question. Do perfect people seem more likable? Or does a small flaw make them feel more human? So he created fake audio tapes of a man trying out for a quiz show. On one tape, the guy was clearly brilliant. He got almost every hard question right. He also mentioned being an honor student and editor of the school yearbook. Basically, the human version of extra credit. On another tape, the same kind of guy sounded totally average. He got only about 30% right. Then Aronson made 2 more versions. Same interview, same answers, but with one tiny accident. Near the end, you hear cups clatter. Then the man says he spilled coffee all over his new suit. That's it. No dramatic collapse. Just one awkward, very human moment. Then people listened to the tapes and rated how much they liked the person. You might expect the polished, brilliant guy to win. Competence is attractive, right? But that is not what happened. The brilliant guy who spilled coffee was rated the most likable. He beat the brilliant guy who stayed perfectly composed. One small mistake made him easier to like. The polished version was still respected, but the messy version felt reachable. And that is the whole trick. Perfection creates distance. A small flaw can close it. When someone seems flawless, your brain does not read them like a person. It reads them like a statue. You can admire a statue, but you do not feel like you can connect with it. A small visible mistake cracks the statue. Suddenly, there is a real human being inside. That crack sends a quiet signal. This person is not performing perfection right now. And the social barrier drops. Not slowly, almost instantly. But here is the part most people miss. The Pratfall Effect does not work for everyone. Remember the average guy. When he spilled coffee, people liked him even less. Same mistake, totally different result. Because the audience had not seen enough competence first. On a high performer, a stumble looks like humanity. On a low performer, it looks like evidence. That is the prerequisite. You have to show substance before the flaw helps you. Skill first, humanity second. Reverse that order and the effect can turn against you. Imagine 2 people walking into a meeting. One has already delivered great work. If that person drops a pen, laughs, and keeps going, the room relaxes. Now imagine someone unprepared making the same mistake. Suddenly, the room gets quieter. The mistake did not change. The context did. Your reputation decides how the stumble gets interpreted. There is a second catch. The flaw has to be real. People are extremely good at sensing performed vulnerability. Fake humility has a smell. If you rehearse a self-deprecating line just to seem relatable, the audience feels the trick. And then the effect reverses. You do not seem human. You seem strategic. The original coffee spill worked because it sounded accidental. The embarrassment felt real. Realness is the ingredient. Without it, vulnerability is just another costume. That is why some public mistakes make people more beloved. The person was already respected. Jennifer Lawrence tripped walking up to accept her Oscar in 2013. People did not turn on her. She had just one Best Actress. The fall did not lower her status. It brought her closer. This is not advice to act clumsy. It is advice to stop polishing every surface. Show people you are good at something. Then let them see that you are still human. Because people do not actually bond with perfection. They bond with reachable competence. Respect gets people to look up. Realness gets them to lean in. And when both happen together, you become something rare. Someone people actually trust. So the next time you make a small mistake, do not panic. If there is real substance underneath it, that little crack may be the reason people remember you.